Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Gervonta Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, he came out reacting to the news that Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy. Calvin Ford, he's basically saying he doesn't understand why Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia. He said they already fought, they agreed to fight, so what is he going to sue him for? Let me just go ahead and play the whole clip of what he said.
Don't see how you're going to win in court because I both signed a contract to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't saying if you had assessments in your body, such and such is going to happen to you. They already went to court for that. He got paid for being overweight. He got suspended, so he already been found guilty already. You know what I'm saying? So what you was? That's like double jump. Man, come on, Dad. That ain't you, man. That ain't y'all, man. Come on, man. Look, get back in the gym and settle that shit in the ring, man. That's it.
The level of misinformation, disinformation, and miseducation in the sport of boxing is amazing. This is the exact reason why you don't go to a mechanic to get medical advice. You don't go to a lawyer to learn how to box, and you don't go to a boxing trainer for legal advice. Does that make sense? Not only was Calvin Ford wrong about how a civil suit works, but when he was saying, that ain't you, man, that ain't you. You need to just settle this in the ring. Well, that contradicts what Calvin Ford's own fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis, said. Tank said, if I found out he popped dirty, I bet he won't be able to box again. And that goes for anyone that cheats with me. Gervonta is saying, it ain't gonna be no settling this in the ring. It ain't gonna be no rematch. And you probably ain't gonna be able to box again if you cheat me. Now, while it's not the exact same approach as Devin Haney, what he does have in common with Devin Haney is they're both saying, if you cheat me, it's gonna be way beyond boxing. It's gonna be way bigger than that. Matter of fact, coincidentally, when Devin Haney did his first interview with ESPN, right after he found out that Ryan Garcia popped dirty, that was one of the things he said in the interview. He said, oh, this is bigger than just boxing now. You got Calvin Ford saying they already went to court. What court is he talking about? And does Devin Haney know about this court that he went to? Calvin Ford, he said it wasn't no contract saying you can't have substances in your body, and he was already punished for that by the commission. What does that have to do with Devin Haney? The commission didn't get punched in the head for 12 rounds by a guy on steroids. I mean, what are we really talking about right now?
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
And too many black folks in the sport of boxing is playing checkers. You know, it's pretty rich to hear Calvin Ford say, hey, man, that ain't how you do it. Don't sue him, man. Just get back in the ring with him. Because Calvin Ford, he should know better than anyone that boxing ain't no game. This ain't fight night. The reason why Gervonta Tank Davis said it ain't gonna be no rematch if you cheat me, because you're jeopardizing his health. And Gervonta understands the sport is already dangerous even when you're not cheating. Here's my point. When I say this is not a game, this is not fight night. Obviously, when you're playing fight night, you could play all day getting your ass beat, and you're still going to be the same fighter. It doesn't work like that in the real sport of boxing. So when you say, oh man, don't sue him, just get in the ring, settle it in the ring. So what if Devin Haney is not the same boxer anymore? What if the damage is already done? Let me go ahead and play this clip of what Bernard Hopkins said when he was asked if Devin Haney will be the same fighter after that fight.
Absolutely not. Can I give you a case in point? You got to promise me when we get off this, you will go look this fight up and you will see what I'm talking about as that fight went on and what happened eventually at the end. Meldrick Teller and Julio Cesar Chavez. Meldrick Teller wasn't the same. Devin Haney will not be the same in spite of what Bill is trying to fabricate and damage control conversations days after. See, that fight Saturday night, the punishment, round by round by round by round, that was 5 fights for Devin Haney. He fought 5 separate fights that he was supposed to fight. After that fight, it's been in one night. Yeah, he's young in age.
B-Hop, he would continue by saying, yeah, he's young in age, but you just don't recover from losses like that physically and mentally. And this is coming from a man who does not even like the Haneys. Now, of course, he said this before he found out that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs. But like I always tell you guys, the most dangerous weapon in the world is a microphone and a camera. And what Bernard Hopkins just said right there, that actually helps the lawsuit. So let me ask you guys, when you say Ryan Garcia, he should just go ahead and fight him again, I'm assuming when you say that, you want them to be at their best when they're fighting against each other, right? I'm not talking about these racist non-black fans. I'm talking to the black fans right now. Because of course the race fans, they always want the black fighter to be at a disadvantage. These are the same fans that said that they wanted to see Floyd Mayweather at age 38 fight the middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin. And when Andre Ward was constantly calling out Gennady Golovkin and Golovkin was avoiding him, these are the same fans that was telling Andre Ward to go up to 175 and fight Sergey Kovalev, which he did. He obliged him and knocked Kovalev's ass out. So we know what time it is when it comes to the race fans. But I'm going to say this as well. You guys have to really understand how deep this situation is. Let's say, even if Devin Haney did fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch, and he beat him in the rematch, which I still believe is possible that they will fight against each other sometime in the future. After all, Miguel Cotto did fight Margarito in the rematch, but it was 3 years later after Margarito had already been knocked out by Shane Mosley. But the point I was trying to get to is even if Devin Haney did beat Ryan Garcia, he still can't erase what happened in the first fight. Our eyes have already seen it. And Ryan Garcia, he still benefits from that, which is why if you want to really hurt him the most, you hit his ass in the pockets. And I'm talking about big money. Not no $5 or $10 million. That's chump change to Ryan Garcia. This is a $40 to $50 million lawsuit. Speaking of $50 million, they could even make an arrangement to where there is a rematch. But in a rematch, Devin Haney, he gets 80% of the split. So there's many ways to settle this lawsuit. In my last video about this topic, I was talking about how racist Mexican fans are, which is why this is the only time we've ever seen an entire race defend a boxer for not only being a racist, but being a cheater as well. And it's because their loyalty is unbreakable. In fact, I had one Mexican guy in my comment section who responded to that video, and he said, "Man, that's wrong what you said about Mexicans. Don't be mad at us because your people don't support their own race." And to a certain extent, he has a point. And I will give Mexicans credit for that, because there is no such thing as coons when it comes to Mexicans. They all stay on the same page. They stay on code. Like I said, a Mexican boxer, he could be racist, he could be a cheater, hell, he could be a child molester, and these Mexicans, they will still defend him. They'll be like, yeah, but he got a good ass left hook. These are all irrefutable facts. And they don't even have to be Mexican. The fighter doesn't have to be Mexican. He could just be Latino, or he could just be non-black who beat a black fighter, and they're going to all stay on code to defend him. But when it comes to some black people, all a black boxer has to do is sneeze the wrong way, and they're going to be on his helmet. But the real reason these type of black people are doing it is really just to cater to the racists, because they are looking for the racist acceptance. But the funny thing is, when that Mexican fan said your race doesn't support their own people, he was basically clowning the coons. He was saying you coons are stupid for going against your own race, because we would never do that if we was in your position. You coons are begging for their acceptance, and they sitting back just laughing at you. But at the end of the day, this subject of coons has nothing to do with Mexicans being the most racist boxing fans in the world. And that is an irrefutable fact. And once again, I'm not trying to imply that Mexicans are the only racists in the sport of boxing, so all you other races, don't get jealous. With that being said, I want to tell all my black people that's not coons to encourage Devin Haney to go out there and get that money, get that justice, by all means necessary. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers.
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODkey.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.